Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com with the latest movie versus poster special. So obviously we've gone back to 1999 and we're looking at this great animation. It's not one of the better known ones now, is it? It's not sort of, when you think of Disney, it's not really one that springs to mind. But this came out in 1999. It was actually not overly popular in my little video shop in Manchester at the time. Anyway, let's have a look at it. Let's see. It's a great poster, isn't it? I mean, Walt Disney Classics, Tarzan. So available to own 4th of September. So the 4th of September is any relevance to you and you love the poster, even better, on video and DVD. So I was one of the first shops in Manchester to actually stock DVD movies at the time, and the suppliers did a special for me, quite well, not ironically, but sadly I was actually had the shop robbed a couple of years later, so literally all my DVD collection was stolen. Far easier to carry out DVDs than it was to carry out big VHS videos. So anyway, my insurance only covered about half of them, so I ended up having to restock and stuff. But hey, that's a shame. I think that was probably about year 2000, 2001 when that happened. But I had steel shutters and everything and alarms to the police, but they weren't quite quick enough. They were able to get in and get the stuff. So anyway, I'm not sure if that was one of them they took. I can't remember at the time. Anyway, let's have a look at it. Tarzan. What's better, the movie or the poster? Yeah, it was a U rating, 1999, that you'd expect from Disney. An hour and 28 minutes, which is a nice length for an animation, isn't it? Adventure family animation. The background to it, the animated adventure film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation for Walt Disney Pictures was the 37th Disney animated feature film. It is based on, of course, the story Tarzan of the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs, being the first animated major motion picture version of this story. English recording artist Phil Collins was recruited to compose and record songs integrated with the score by Mark Mancina. Can you remember many? I mean, I must say I've rewatched the film and one or two spring to mind, but not particularly. The production team embarked on a research trip to Uganda and Kenya to study gorillas. The animation of the film combines 2D traditional hand-drawn animation with the extensive use of computer-generated imagery, and it was done in California, Orlando, and Paris with the pioneering computer animation software system. Deep canvas being predominantly used to create three-dimensional backgrounds. Against a production budget of $130 million, so it certainly wasn't cheap, then the most expensive animated film ever made until Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within in 2001. The film actually grossed $448.2 million worldwide, so it did really well, becoming the 5th highest film release in 1999, the 2nd highest animation release of 1999, just behind Toy Story 2. And what's it about? Well, the movie's about the life of Tarzan. Tarzan was a small orphan who was raised by an ape named Carla since he was a child. He believed that this was his family, but on an expedition, Jane Porter is rescued by Tarzan. He then finds out that he's human. Now Tarzan must make the decision as to which family he should belong to. It was directed by Chris Buck and Kevin Lima and stars the voices, amongst others, of Tony Goldwyn, Minnie Driver, Brian Blessed, Glenn Close, Nigel Hawthorne, and Lance Henriksen. So a great array of talent there. Was it any good? Well, at the time, Rotten Tomatoes reported that 89% of critics gave the film a positive review based on 105 reviews, with an average score of 7.56 out of 10. The critical consensus reads, Disney's Tarzan takes a well-known story to a new level with spirited animation, a brisk pace, and some thrilling action set pieces. The Metascore rating, which is the critics on Internet Movie Database, that's a group of critics there, overall score, was 7.9 out of 10, so still quite high. And the lowest mark was as high as 7.5 out of 10. Newsweek's David Anson shared a similar positivity to most critics, and he rated it 9 out of 10 and said, it's a swirling, fluid retelling of the tale that packs an impressive cargo of laughs, thrills, and wonders into a watertight 88 minutes. But what about the public? What about Joe Public? What do they think? Well, yeah, I mean, it did okay box office-wise, as we can see from the nearly $450 million it took. And it did have an Internet Movie Database user rating, so this is the public, of 7.3 out of 10, so still a good, healthy score. But the public wasn't quite as blown away as the critics. But this did feel at the time as the end of an era with Toy Story-like animation beginning to compete with this style of a original cartoon animation. Against this, in my shop, the interest was not, as I said, not as is a norm for a Disney feature, but as a film, it was really good. It fared well financially against the new style animated features, as mentioned, such as Toy Story 2. It was only $40 or $50 million less, I think, in box office. And sheer time and effort that went into it is very, very clear to see. It is a cross between Jungle Book and Lion King, and although the songs, which are more background and character specific in those classics mentioned, are in themselves pretty forgettable. So sorry, Phil Collins. That's fine. The story and the animation is a winner. It really was a great pleasure to rewatch this Disney effort. I did really enjoy it. I forgot how good it was actually when I went back to watch the movie just a couple of days ago. And it is great, and it's not something perhaps my grandkids have even watched because it's not as well known. But I'd certainly recommend it to any children to go back and watch it. There's enough fun in it. There's enough characters that you can sort of. You have your Disney baddie, obviously played by the wonderful voice of Brian Blessed as well. But you have your likable characters, and the animals perhaps not as cute and cuddly as things in Jungle Book and The Lion King, but still pretty good. Still pretty good in their own way. And obviously, it's good to watch these old cartoon classics, isn't it? And I gave the film a rating of 7.5 out of 10 now. So that's still a good rating, and it still stands up well to stuff that's out there at the moment. The poster, well, as you know, this is a matchup, isn't it? This is the film versus a poster. So the poster has to be pretty good to beat 7.5. So I give the film 7.5. What will I give the poster? I'm going to give the poster an 8. I'm going to say the poster wins this one just about, but they're both brilliant. I would recommend you go and watch the film, and I'd certainly recommend you buy the poster. I've got this poster. Let me just check the size of it. I'm not sure how big this one is. Just have a look. That's 50 centimeters there, so about 85 centimeters by about 57 centimeters. So it is quite large, so it will be quite hard to frame, but it's a great poster to have on the wall, isn't it? As I said, if it's the 4th of September, is there any relevance to you as well? That's fantastic. And there's plenty of these posters in great condition on moviegamenostalgia.com, my website. So please get along there for everything DVD wise and board games as well. And obviously there's wonderful posters like this, hundreds and hundreds of them. So different titles, etc., from the 90s and the 2000s. So please, if you get a chance, have a look on there. And you can follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie. And you can follow me on Facebook at Bernard Dinneen with links to the movie game nostalgia.com. And obviously if you're into football, I do a little vlogs on Manchester City history and Manchester City now. So everything's in the comments below, everything's in the links below. So please check those out. Push the subscribe button. That'll be absolutely, it's there, is it? Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And any thumbs ups are great. I mean, it's really nice to get thumbs up. Every thumbs up, if we get 1 or 2, it's absolutely fantastic. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy this little bit of a look back and a little bit of a special, a little bit of fun, isn't it? A little bit to lighten things up. I hope you enjoyed this. The poster versus the movie. And again, the poster wins, but only just because the movie's pretty good. So please seek that one out if you've not seen it, or rewatch it again like I just did and really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy this film. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I'll be back again very, very soon. Hope you can join me again for something else. Whatever you do with the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. And this is Bernard saying goodbye for now. Hopefully I'll see you all again soon.